I mean, I'm rather hostile to putting a question like this. Why does Europe industrialize and, say, China doesn't? That seems to me to be a silly way of asking what might be an interesting question. What's to be explained here is not failure, but difference. Why does one culture take one path, another takes another, given that skill is universally distributed? It seems to me that, for example, the absence of large-scale glass industries in Eastern Asia clearly explains many factors in the difference between Eastern Asia and Western Europe in terms of technique, culture, and so on. But it's always pretty difficult, it seems to me, to go straight from, say, the absence of clocks and glass to a certain kind of failure. I'll give you one example, cleanliness. You could argue that the availability of very high-quality glass in Western Europe, say in the Netherlands, opens up interiors, dirt is therefore apparent, so the spotless Dutch household would look like a logical consequence of having glass in your windows. But not only is the notion of what is dirty and what is clean culturally relative, but you get very intense kinds of domestic order in East Asian societies which don't have glass at all, which have no transparent access to the outside world when they're indoors. So a lot of the conditions that we're thinking about, having glass, having clocks, may be sufficient to explain industrialization. But I think very, very few of them are necessary.
Right. Okay.
I think a lot of these technical factors are really important symptoms of underlying processes. And I think that sometimes they have decisive causal effects. Symptoms because the sheer ability to make the kinds of lenses, say achromatic lenses, which produce beautiful, clear, sharply defined images in 18th century telescopes and microscopes, that's a sign of a major technical and social change in Western Europe during the 17th and 18th century. Then you need to think about what the effects of that capacity are. Well, I can think of two or three. One is, this certainly improves Europeans' ability to move across the surface of the Earth because of navigation. It certainly produces a deal of new astronomical information which changes part of the intellectual landscape of the European elite. And perhaps most importantly, it allows European gunners to hit people further away because they have sights that enable them to do that now.